welcome back to another video. Today we will start my March haul, even though it's still February. It is February 24th right now. Decided to do in this video because this haul is pretty big. I got some things from the Crunchyroll website. If you guys know, I usually don't try to buy from Crunchyroll, but they did up to 70% off sale, so I got a couple of mangas. I don't think nothing to complete my collection, but you know, we're getting close, so I'm excited. The box looks pretty beat up. I'm excited to see what I got. I actually placed this order, I think it was Monday night, and then it just got here. Today's Thursday, so I think that's how I did it. Yeah, I think it was Monday night that I placed the order. It got here pretty fast. Oh my goodness. Ooh. So I think if I got any Banana Fish manga, I would get this little 20-year of Shoujo Viz Banana Fish pin. I think you got a couple of freebies depending on what series you got. So I got one for Banana Fish, so that's really cute. I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger, but it is what it is. So yep, I think I got 26 different volumes, so that's a lot. All right, so I grabbed 2 bundles. So we'll start with the smaller pile. Here I have volumes 9 and 10 of Dreaming Sun, so that literally completes my Dreaming Sun collection finally, because I think for a long time these were out of stock because of a lot of things were out of stock during the pandemic, and so especially manga wise, like even like the newer volumes that would come out, like Chainsaw Man or JJK, immediately out of stock. So yeah, for a long time I thought they was out of print, but no, they were just out of stock, and that completes my collection. So I have volumes 9 and 10. I'm so excited. So hopefully I still like the series. I remember reading a couple of volumes and really liking it. So yeah, I'm excited to complete that series. And then the other volume that I have is Seraph of the End Vampire, or just Seraph of the End, I'll just say. Volume 11. It was one of the Seraph of the End volumes that were on sale, so it was like about $4. I think the cheapest one was about $4, and my most expensive was $11.80 or $11.50 or something like that. So, and the rest range between like $4, $5, $7, $8. I have Seraph of the End volume 11. Nothing to really complete my mini poster. Oh, we have you and Mika. That's cute. But nothing to complete my Seraph of the End collection. I'm still missing a lot of volumes for that series, so but it's nice to get a step closer to that. And then I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this, but I did sell my Banana Fish manga at the time because I really needed money. I have volumes 4 and 13. I am slowly getting back into collecting Banana Fish. This one is kind of banged up, but I fucking hate that. Oh my god, that's like one of my biggest pet peeve with collecting mangas like these. So yeah, I'm happy to start collecting Banana Fish again. Like I said, they were about $4. So, and then I have the first 3 volumes of Sakamoto Days. I've been wanting to read Sakamoto Days for so long. Like, you guys don't understand how long. And every time I went to Barnes and Nobles just to look, I always wanted to pick up Sakamoto Days, but like I never picked it up. And then because I remember when this started getting a physical copy in English, so I'm like, oh my god, and now it has an anime and blah 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 blah, and it's like 20 volumes in or something like that. I don't know, but one of the reasons I really wanted to start to pick up the series, because I think around volume 5 is when the art covers start getting really good. So yeah, I don't know. I have like a tiny grasp of what Sakamoto Days is about, but I don't know much other from that. Like, if I had to read the synopsis, I probably would know this already, but other than that, I don't know none of these characters' names. I've seen these 2 a lot, so yeah. I think they were like also like $6 to $7, so nothing too crazy. So that's why I decided to pick up 3 volumes to see if I like it. I usually try to give mangas 3 volumes. And then I have Iruma. Welcome to Iruma's Home, Iruma-kun. I have volumes 13 and 14. There was only like a handful of volumes that were on sale, and these were like $6 something. And who prints this? Is it Kodansha? Yep. So I was like, you know what? Might as well. I'm not gonna flip through this because I'm not up to volume 13 yet. I think I'm on volume 8 or 9. But for the price, I was like, I'm definitely gonna get it because I am not gonna pay like $13-14 for a Iruma-kun volume. So, but yeah, I'm excited to have these. Slowly trying to build my Iruma-kun manga. These three, freaking love them. I love this. I love this ship. This trio, I absolutely love them. I will die for them. But yeah, I love the covers, I love the colors, the story. It's been pretty fun. So all right, let's start with BL stuff. So I have this series Barbarites. I don't know how to say that. I am so sorry. Y'all know English is not my first language, but I've been eyeing this series for a long time. Not just the physical copies, but online. Every time I see it, I've been wanting to read it. So I hear it's pretty good. I was reading out the comments of this series, and people were saying it was really, really good. That they hope that they have this person in a person like this in their life. So I think it's only 4 volumes long. I didn't get the 4th volume because it wasn't on sale. So yeah, I just got these because they were like $4.50 or something like that. So I was like, okay, that's crazy. I'm definitely gonna get it. So because I've been wanting to read it. So yeah, so we have the 1st volume. We have the 2nd volume. I like the way this character looks. I like his fit. And then we have a 3rd volume, and I think there's only 4 volumes out, or just 4 volumes in total. So yep, I feel like I'm definitely gonna like it. I feel like this is up my alley. Renaissance era, anything historical like that, I tend to really love. So I'm excited to read this series. And the next series I have is The White and Blue Between Us. I read this a while ago. I think I read this when Furukiya was still a thing. I don't know if I mentioned about Furukiya, but that's where I read Pink Heart Jam. I read a bunch of BL, and I wish I would have taken the names of it, but me being me, I didn't. But yeah, I think this was a series that was on there, and I read this on there, so I think it was on there, unless I'm like mistaking it for a different series. But I feel like it is this one just because the name is so recognizable. So yeah, just really happy to have it in my collection. And the next is I Didn't Mean to Fall in Love Double. So I didn't know it had like a second print, like a second volume. Ooh, 20 pages of bonus contest. But this is an age gap type of romance. It's really cute. I loved it. I cried every time I read the series. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one because I didn't know there was like a second book or a second volume to the series. So I'm excited for that. You know, like black hair, silver, white haired, blonde is, you guys know that's my trope. And the last BL I have is Fake Fact Lips. If I remember correctly, this is an office romance, so they're kind of really competitive in their work field, and they're trying to like be like the number one in their company or in their cells, and then they have like I think it's like they have a competition of who falls in love with whom first. That's all I remember. It's been a while since I've read the series. I have read it twice online before, and I really love the art, and I really like this author and their stuff. And I think there's another one, it's the same thing, but I can't remember what it's called, and it's kind of like a continuation of this series, I believe. So that one comes in an omnibus, which is the first time I've seen a BL manga in an omnibus form, so that's interesting. I've seen it a couple times at Barnes and Nobles, but it wasn't on sale, so I didn't pick it up, or I think it was out of stock or something like that, but it still wasn't on sale. So next I have some Windbreaker volumes. So I have volume 6 here, volume 7. They didn't have volume 8 in stock. I think it was in back order, but I wasn't gonna do that. Volume 9. We have volume 10. These three, I mean, I love them too. Like, I love them. And this one's kind of beat up. I'm sad, but I feel like if I put Sharpie on it, I will turn a blind eye. Oh, this arc was also pretty good. I like this one too. I'm not sure if this is the arc that the anime, the second season, goes into, because I haven't really gotten that far into the anime. It's always really cool to see like the fighting scenes and how these characters sound and the way they look and they act. And yeah, and then I have volume 13, which is a jump because I think a lot of the volumes were in back ordered, and I was trying to see all the volumes that were on sale, so I just grabbed what I could. So yeah, I'm really caught up with, I guess not caught up, but I'm getting there to my Windbreaker collection. I think I would be all caught up to 10. I'm just missing volume 8. And then from there, I'm not sure how many volumes are currently printed out in English right now. I think it's about 20 something or a little bit under 20, but yeah, I'm so excited. I do want to have a Windbreaker shelf, but we shall see about that. Obviously, the last haul, I have to save it. It is Tokyo Revengers. So I have Tokyo Revengers, the series guide, Remember You. I didn't even know this was a thing, y'all. Like, but it literally is just, okay, so we have a couple of arts here. Like these. Oh my god. Ken Wakui. 8 with that. 8 with these. 8 with these arts. 8 with the fits. He definitely ate. But yeah, it kind of tells you the characters, who they are, their names, birthdays, all that shebang. I'm actually really like surprised that a lot of companies are now starting to do like these fan guides for a lot of series, so that's really nice because usually they kind of just don't. Yeah, a lot of these characters that were in Tokyo Revengers, I guess you get some of these characters' rooms, which is interesting. That's so funny. Michi, you will forever be loved by me. That is my boy. That is my son, y'all. So good. So good. I'm glad to have this. This is really, really cool. The next thing I have is Tokyo Revengers, a letter from Keisuke Baji. I think, yes, I have read some of these before because it was in the Tokyo Revengers. When I was reading Tokyo Revengers, it came out like as an extra or something like that. But I think it's just between like Chifuyu's and Baji's like relationship and whatnot, their friendship. Really nice because I love these two. I do ship them. Sorry if you guys don't like that. I really don't care. But I love these. Like I said, there's a bunch of Tokyo Revenger things that have come out that I didn't even know were a thing. Like there's a Tokyo Revengers game and there's this character and I'm like, this looks like an OC. Like, what do you mean this whole event is gonna be canon to Tokyo Revengers? Like, don't play with me. Don't mess with me right now. But yeah, I'm excited to have that. Definitely my Tokyo Revengers shelf is gonna need like a second shelf because this is a lot of Tokyo Revengers. But then I have the omnibus and 5 and 6 of Tokyo Revengers. You guys, I'm about to tweak out because if we had singles, this cover's so good. Let's just move on before I get even more depressed. Ooh, this manga is pretty yellowed. Not like it really matters because I will still read it. But I will say it feels really nice to have it in like a bigger format and not just like a regular schmegular manga size. So Takamichi, that we were robbed, y'all. We were robbed. I will never shut up about that. We were robbed. Then we have Baji 7 and 8, Kazuto. You know what? It's fine. It's fine because I have the Japanese version, so it's okay. It's okay. Let's see what the back has. Oh, just that? Alright. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm kind of I don't know if I'm halfway. I don't think I'm halfway there. I'm almost halfway to being halfway completed with my Tokyo Revengers, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my Crunchyroll haul. That is a lot of stuff. I wasn't expecting to get here so soon, and now I definitely have to find space for all the manga that I have. A lot of them are just sitting in a box here in the corner of my room, so my room is completely a mess. It's disgusting right now, so I definitely have to go through everything and organize a couple of things. So it is March 3rd. I do have a small manga haul. I only have 2 volumes, and I'll also have a figure haul, so I will show that once I'm done with the manga haul. But yeah, pretty small haul. I went to Barnes & Noble's and got a couple things, so nothing too crazy. I'll start with the first one is Star and Hedgehog. It's just like a one-off volume. It's crazy because I actually read this the night before I picked this up. I've seen this on like TikTok and like on a couple of hauls, and I just came across this author. I came across her works because I think this series was in my want to read list, and so I just decided to read it. But it's honestly a really cute read. It follows this like blondish brown hair character. He's I guess they're like in vacation now, and he's going back to his home to visit his mom. He meets this guy, and he's a gardener. And so at first he's like, oh, he must be shy, like, because he doesn't want to talk. And his mom was like, no, he's pretty talkative. Like, he talks about plants, and he's really friendly. And he's like, oh, okay. And so he attempts to try to talk to him, and homie just keeps dodging him and, like, kind of, like, ignoring him. And then they finally, like, talk, because he's, like, looking at one of his plants that he has in his room, and he's telling him everything about this plant and like what he should do to like keep this plant healthy. And he's like, oh, I thought you were shy, like I thought you hated me. He's like, no, I don't hate you, I just don't know how to deal with people like you. And he's like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, I think you're very, very cool. And so yeah, they slowly start dating. They do long distance for a bit, and he's like, in this spoiler, but he's like, oh, I really, really like you. And he's like, oh, I like you too. And then he kisses him, and he's like, this type of like you. And yeah, it was just a really cute read. I did enjoy it. There is another book that has the older brother of the black hair character. I just literally passed by him here. So we have like his story as well. As I was saying before I was interrupted, but we get his story with his, like, I guess his editor. And actually I'm like 2 chapters away from finishing his story, and so I do think his story has a physical copy, so I will pick that up when I get the chance. And I think that's the only other series that I've read from this artist, from this mangaka, so I'll have to see more of what they have. I think they have a couple other stories printed as well, so that's pretty excited. I would definitely have to check that out when I get the chance. And then the last volume I have is Shugo-chara, however you want to say it. I've always said it's Shugo-chara, but I can see why it would be Kara because of character, but whatever. It is their 20th anniversary edition. I do believe they have released this in Japan already, like a couple years ago, because I vividly remember seeing this art, unless it's new and I'm just making it up, so unless I'm like crazy. But I swear I've seen this before. I think they have done like the single versions and omnibus versions in Japan a couple years ago. This is like around the time that I was like starting to collect manga and when I kind of started my channel, so yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. I never really got to finish my Shugo-chara manga because volume 12 is an out of print volume, and literally goes up to like $100 for that volume, so it's really crazy. But yeah, I'm really excited. I was looking at the translation, and I'm not sure if they retranslated the series or not, because the translation is a little bit different compared to the original one. But yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait to grab the other one, which is Jewel Joker or something like that, which is a continuation of Shugachera. So I definitely will pick that up if I can tomorrow at Barnes & Noble. So I am super excited. I grew up with Shugachera. I grew up watching a lot of the like fan dub versions of it. So because there wasn't any dub, it was only in sub. So I grew up watching that, and then like on YouTube you would have to like find like the 4-part, 6-part to the episode, and it was crazy times. But really excited. They have been releasing a couple of figures of Amu, and I have ordered 2 of them, which was supposed to release at the end of February, and the other one doesn't release until like mid-year or something like that. But so excited. I hope we get more figures of the other characters, because I do love a lot of these characters. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's a series that I'm definitely gonna pick up, so I'm really excited to read it when I get the chance. So moving on with the figure, I finally got my hands on the Izuku Midoriya Dark Deku version of the figure. This figure has released, I want to say, twice already. I'm not 100% sure. I have seen it a couple times through the past couple years, or maybe a year, and it's a figure that I've been wanting, but I didn't really know where to buy it because it wasn't available on AmiAmi, and that's where I usually get all of my figures. I don't like to buy my figures anywhere else. If it's secondhand, I would definitely do buy, but usually I get majority of my figures through AmiAmi, and I found this on the Entertainment Toys website. It's on sale. I think I'll get it. And then like an hour later, I looked at the link. It was sold out. I was so upset. So I went through a bunch of different websites to find this figure because I was determined. I'm like, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it now. I looked at different other websites. A lot of them were like, with like shipping and tariffs and everything, it was like $600. And I was like, I am not paying those $600 for a $200 figure or so. So finally, Entertainment Toys, they had one in stock, and I immediately pulled my card out and bought it on the spot. It was the last one. It was the only one in stock, so I bought it, and I don't have any regrets. So I'm gonna show you what the box looks like. I don't know if I'll put the figure up now or wait, but I would love to have it on my hero shelf, but my hero shelf is filled to the brim, so I don't think it will fit there. So this is what the front looks like. Their figures are so gorgeous. I think I have a lot of them, but they're JJK figures, and I freaking love them. Here is the side for the box. The back. He's so pretty. He's so pretty. This is like one of the figures like wanted. It's like, if you look up like deco figures, this is like definitely like one of like the prettiest deco figures I have laid my eyes on. And here is the other side. So I did take him out of the box just to make sure he wasn't damaged or anything. Everything looks good so far. Here is his face if it wants to focus. Oh, he's so pretty. Yeah, it's such a pretty big figure, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit it anywhere. What he looks like. Such a gorgeous figure. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that is the deco figure that I got. I love it. It's definitely going to have to be one of my favorite deco figures. There's a lot of my hero figures I really, really want, but they're so expensive. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. I don't think I'll put it out on display for now. I'm definitely going to have to wait until I get my new bookshelf. So I'm not sure when I'll get it. I want to get it as soon as possible, but it probably won't happen anytime soon. Honestly, it might take me like a month or two to get the new bookshelf. But yeah, I'm so excited. He's such a cute figure. I can't wait to put him out. I have like a whole idea how I want to set up my new shelf. So yeah, because I've been buying a lot of manga, I do have a couple more hauls coming in. So that's exciting, I guess. But yeah, that's the deco figure. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the day that I can finally put this up. So it is March 9th now, and I have a pretty small haul here, so nothing too crazy. I got these 2 volumes from Amazon because one of them was like $10-ish. I think this one was $10 and the other was about $9. So I was like, might as well get it. So the first volume I have is Kindergarten Wars. I didn't know this had an English release already. I've been in a whole rabbit hole of watching a lot of like Korean otaku vlogs and like Korean manga hauls. How did I even get on that side of YouTube? I literally have no idea, but I'm currently on that side of YouTube, so it's been really entertaining to watch. And I realized that one of the YouTubers I was watching, they were collecting the series, and I thought it was really, really cool. I really liked the design, the characters. I kind of read the synopsis, so I'm assuming this is Rita, and she's like a former legendary assassin. She now works as a kindergarten teacher, and I guess like her whole job is to protect these kids because these kids come from like, I don't know, like really strong people or like wealthy people. And so I thought that was really cool. I really hope I like this. I really do like the art style for this, so I think a lot of these characters are really funny. So but yeah, I'm really excited to start reading this. Hopefully I like it enough. I'm not really sure how many volumes. I think I saw it to volume 4 or 5 on Amazon, but I'm not sure how long this series is and if it's still technically ongoing. So yeah, but I'm excited to read it. I like like I said, I like the art style and the character designs a lot. So yeah. The next one I have is Ichi the Witch. This is also I saw in a Korean manga haul. I was so intrigued with the character design. I was like, ooh, like I really like the design of this character. And I honestly don't know much about the series. I'm not sure if it's like a newest release, but I decided to pick up the first volume to see how I like it. And yeah, really like I said, I really like the character design. I was intrigued, like the cover piqued my interest. So yeah, I'm excited to start reading this, hopefully sometime soon. I've been reading a lot of sports manga lately. That's been like my whole niche right now. So I'm excited to get into it, and hopefully that I like it enough to continue the series as well. And then in this package, I have something special to me. I'm gonna open it. Hopefully not on camera because I really suck opening things on camera, as you guys know. So that wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, but I have a furry big wind up, the complete series, so it's episodes 1 through 26. I've been wanting this for such a long time. I kind of regret not buying this when it was still available, like on the Right Stuff website. I just kept putting it off, and I think this is officially an out of print item. So yeah, let's open it up. The CDs do have some writing on them, but here are all the episodes on the Afuri series. I wonder if this is just the first season. I have to look. It's been a while since I've watched Afuri, but I've been on a hunt for this DVD because I do have part 1, but I think that's like the first half of the first season and then the second half. So it says the complete series, so I'm gonna assume it's the entire first season and second season. But you guys know how much I love Afuri. I talk about Afuri, I feel like, a lot in this channel. I do have a big Afuri collection, and I think once I get my 3rd bookshelf, Afuri is gonna technically have its own shelf, just because I have quite a handful of stuff Afuri wise. But yeah, I still have to test this out and put it in my DVD player. Hopefully it works perfectly fine. On the listing it said it was fine. They posted images of the DVD of a couple episodes, so I'm just gonna assume it's fine, but I'm still gonna test it out. And yeah, this DVD series goes for like over $80, and I've been in bidding wars. I've only been on one bidding war, and it was literally chaos. I lost the bidding because I think the person had their auto bidding or something like that. So I was really upset about that. But I like woke up one day in the morning, and I think the seller I think originally was like $80 something, and it brought it down to like $30 something. And without hesitation, I bought it because I was like, I'm not gonna lose my chance on this. I woke up and it was basically meant to be, so I bought it. But I'm so excited to have this in my collection finally. So I would definitely have to look into it to see if it's the entire like first and second season. But yeah, that's basically it. My small haul for today. I do have some Alibris packages coming in later today. It is March 10th now, and I have an Alibris package. I did have 2 other packages, but I decided to open that off camera just because you guys know I'm pretty bad at opening packages on camera, and it was like one of those, like, you have to push it and then pull it, and then it just never really works. So yeah, this was the only box that I got from Alibris that was like in a box. But yeah, I ordered this like maybe towards the end of February, somewhere around there, and then it just finally arrived. So I'm not really sure what's in this box. I think I only just got certain series and then called it a day. There's only 2 volumes in here. Alright, so here's all the volumes I have. I don't even know how many I have. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 volumes in total. So yeah, they're just 3 series here. So the first one I have is 10 count. I have volumes 4, 5, and 6. So I have officially completed my 10 count collection. This is a series that I actually enjoyed. I had the 3 volumes, and I might have read the first 2, maybe the 3rd one, and around that time I always went to Barnes & Nobles to look for it in person, and they never had the volume, so I just kind of gave up. And I've been thinking about 10 count a lot, so definitely do want to reread this. And yeah, but I'm excited. I have officially completed 10 count. I'm slowly completing some series. The next series, as you can see, is My Hero. So I have officially completed now My Hero. These were the volumes that I was missing. So I have volume 36. For a while, this volume was kind of out of stock. Wasn't really at Barnes & Noble, so I'm excited to have that. Then one of my favorite covers, it has Deku and Bakugo on here. It's volume 37. It's not really focusing because it's focusing on other things. Hold on. Alright, it was focusing on the other series, so I just pulled it to the side, but volume 37. And then I have volume 38. Yep. Such good art. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. They're so cute. I freaking love them together. Their like friendship is, it literally means the world to me, guys. You guys don't understand. I love Twice. That's his name, right? Twice. I love him. And then here we have All Might. All Might is low-key, like, he's so fine. I said what I said, and I always stand by that. Since the beginning of My Hero, he's always been fine to me. Like, that's for real, my man, too. But, yep. And then the last and final volume of My Hero is volume 42. I do have other variant covers. So I have one that has Bakugo, and the other one has Deku. I know Books A Million has a Todoroki one, but I don't know. I'm not really intrigued by it, so I didn't pick it up. But yeah, kind of has a little dent in the corner, but that's fine. This is the cover I've been wanting for so long too. When I went to Barnes & Nobles, I think that's where the Deku one is from. They only had the Deku and they didn't have this specific volume, which I thought it was kind of crazy, but yeah. So I have officially completed My Hero and 10 count, which is so nice. I think these might be like the second and third manga series that I have completed. I think the only other series that I have completed has Dreamin' Sun, 10 count, and now My Hero. So I'm excited. I definitely have to rearrange my shelf just because I have more volumes, and then I don't know how to display the variant covers of volume 42. There's certain covers I want to display because they're my favorite ones. Here is the final series that I picked up at on a Libris. So I picked up volumes 1 through 4 of Dogs Red. I actually love the series. I've been really into sports series a lot the past couple weeks. So I've been consuming a lot of manga that has sports in it. Currently I'm rewatching Haikyuu, so I'm excited. I think after rewatching Haikyuu, I'm definitely gonna probably like finish the manga. But it is the same mangaka who did Golden Kamuy. I know at that time Golden Kamuy was a really hyped up series. People had loved it. At that time it only had a manga, and then it later got an anime adaptation. I don't know much about that series. I only know that the humor is definitely something. That humor is brought into this series, Dogs Red, and this is about hockey. I don't know nothing about hockey. They do explain it, but I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to comprehend newer sports that I personally haven't played. But it's really good. It's really funny. This is kind of our main character. He is a 15-year-old Ru Shirakawa, who he was on his way to the Olympics, and unfortunately his mom passed away in a car accident, and he is skating the program that his mom had made for him. So his mom was basically like everything to him. She would make the costumes, choreograph, everything. And her dream was to go to the Olympics, but sadly she never made it. And so he skates the program. He ends up scoring like a really, really high score, basically ends up winning. And then dude has like a crash out. And then from there, him and his sister moved with their grandpa on their mother's side. He takes them in, whatever. The sister is kind of like convincing him to like skate again, like do it professionally. Like if he was to apologize or like redeem himself, they could obviously like earn money from this, earn sponsorships and whatnot. And it's something that he just kind of doesn't want to do anymore. He doesn't want to skate anymore. And yeah, and then he ends up joining hockey. And he learns how to play hockey, and he kind of brings in that skating energy, that like figure skating energy into hockey. And a lot of the hockey players are like, why are you doing this? Like, this is a complete different sport, whatever. And I think some of the coaches is like, well, like figure skating has been implemented a lot into hockey recently, so it might be a new change, I guess, within hockey. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but yeah, I really love this series. It's very, very funny. A lot of the characters are like 15, 16-year-old. Yo, I don't know if it's just the author's art. They look like grown men. Some of them look like in their 30s. I'm like, there's no way you're fucking 16. There's no way you're 17. Get out of my face. And the coach is so funny. Oh my god, their training is so funny to me. But here we get into the backstory kind of his mom. Yeah, I honestly ended up binge reading this like in a couple of days, like in 2 to 3 days, I think. No, I think it was a day, because there only is about like 60 chapters, I believe. And so I just came across this because someone was talking about it on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on TikTok. And I was like, okay, that looks interesting. I'm really in my sports era right now. And he's so funny. He is so funny. Yeah, but like I'm in my sports era, and I've been wanting to collect more physical English sports series. So I didn't know this had an English print until I saw that one TikTok, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out, see what it is about. I think he's one of my favorite characters. I think I like him. I think he's very popular within the fandom. or within the community. Like, he's definitely one of, like, the popular characters here. This is so funny. But yeah, I'm not sure how much the series is caught up to. I'm all caught up, so I'm just waiting for the new releases. And yeah, the art is good, the humor is funny. I can't wait to pick up the rest of them. I didn't realize these were $15. Yeah, I'm excited to have this in my collection. I definitely love it. It made me want to pick up Golden Kamuy. I do want to read it. I don't know if I want to collect it. I am just hoping that we have more sports manga print in English. Like I said, I'm currently reading 3 other series. I'm reading 2 other baseball series and a volleyball one. And then this hockey one, which is obviously ongoing, but all of the series, all the sports series that I'm reading are currently ongoing. I think some of them release once a month, from what I understand. One of the series I'm currently reading that I'm almost caught up to is currently on hiatus, and nobody knows why it's on hiatus, when the author is going to come back. Nobody knows, nothing. So it's been in hiatus since the beginning of the year or something like that. So, but yeah, I'm just, every single night I like pray and hope that more English publishing companies will print out sports series. And I've kind of found out that sports series, it's not really printing in English because there's no demand for it. And I'm like, I'm right here, guys. It's me. I'm the one begging for these series to be printed in English, and like, please, just, if it has to be in omnibuses form, I don't care. I will pick it up. No, like, even if I hate the omnibus versions, I will pick it up. Like, there's no, if you like omnibuses, cool. I sometimes just don't like it because the quality is not there, but it's there, you know? Like, you're getting your money's worth. But especially with like covers, like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. You guys know how I feel. Tokyo Revengers is an example. Kuroko no Basket is another example. Which reminds me, I really want to collect Kuroko no Basket again because I have sold my series a couple years ago, and I knew it was a series I was gonna regret selling, but I do want to collect Kuroko no Basket again. But even if it's, like I said, even if it's an omnibus formed, I will buy it. I will pick it up. Like, don't worry about it. I'm here. But yeah, if you guys have any other sports manga recommendations, do let me know. I'll try to check them out. I don't really have a preference, but I've only read about baseball. Baseball is like the #1 series, or like the sports that I've read most about. I guess second is volleyball, and then from there, whatever other sports like soccer, hockey, whatever. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, do let me know. I am in need for more. Actually, I shouldn't be saying that because the other series that I'm reading has like over 100 chapters, so I really need to get on that. But yeah, I'm excited. I have so many ideas for my shelf, especially now that I'm like getting back into sports manga. But yeah, let me stop rambling about sports manga before this haul gets any longer.